Warning: gore, murder, and self-harm. Tears mixed with blood swept into the fabric that laid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Kirishima cried as he held you close to his chest. I know. Trust you have a good reason for this. You smiled as you weakly brought your hand to his cheek. I did. He tried to smile, but he faded to please him, turning into a frown as he held you close. I'm so sorry, Yin. Kirishima, please don't cry. You held his face as best you could. I want you to live happily. Please, my love. He nodded, but when your arm fell, he couldn't help but cry more and more, holding you closer than ever, your body starting to feel cold. I'm so sorry, my lady. I wish I never had to do this. He teared. And I told you to stop following me. You spat as you turned to no other than the god of war. But come on. Kirishima smiled as he walked over to you. You're lucky I'm the goddess of peace and not death. You huffed as you crossed your arms. Come on, please, just one. He came closer, trying to kiss you. Goodness. You spat, walking away from him, only for him to follow right after you. He had been doing this for probably a year now, telling every human and god that you were in fact his wife. You would tell at everyone that they had just been wrong, but they would laugh it off. Just one, he asked every time. If you want one, then leave me alone. You kept walking. I know you're doing it because just so you can get onto my goddess. You spat away, his hand that was about to hold your hand. Kirishima saw tears in your eyes, your bottom lip trembling, your hand over your chest. Please, just leave me alone. I already know why you want me. You spat. That's not the reason I have been pursuing you. His tone wasn't the one you were used to. The bubbly voice was now stern. I have loved you ever since the moment I laid my eyes on you. I saw how many humans abuse the peace you gave them. It caused me so much pain when they torment their own kind just for worshiping you. Tears had begun to trail down his face. I was so mad that I started the whole war for you. I wanted them to see how much they needed you. You stood there, shocked. So please, at least give me a try. Tears fell more from his face as he went on his knees, his hand clutching the dirt below him. He could see the once ground you walked on, filled with little yellow buds. That was when he felt hands be placed on his face. You were holding his head to look at him. I will give you one chance. If I find out that you are lying, then I'll make sure you pay. Even with those words, not being a goddess of pieces, there was a smile on your face. Kirishima held onto your hand and moved it in front of him, placing a kiss onto your knuckle. I, the god of war, will make sure no harm comes to you. I promise with my every being. Peace had once again stayed, humans going together. The two of you become one, really. Him bringing gifts to you over and over, no matter what. Oh, I forgot to add a little bit of spicy. The two of you laid there together in the Temple of Peace. Yin, you heard Kirishima whisper. You hummed. Wouldn't it be nice if there was no god of evil or goddess of light? He asked as he played with your hair. Sometimes, yes and no. He was the one to hum now. This wouldn't even have happened. You laid on him, your hands crossed over his bare chest. He had a really good look on his chest. I wouldn't never been here. You smiled. He chuckled, wrapping his arms around your body and holding you tight. Speaking of which, I must leave. You smile, getting up and leave a kiss on Kirishima's forehead. God Kirishima loved you with all his body. Oh, disgraceful. It was his voice. He turned to look at his master. The once lovely white bedroom was now full of darkness. I told you to find the deity of life and kill her. Not fuck her kin. He spat, grabbing onto his hair, pulling his face up to see his. You will kill her, or I will make you watch me do it. Kirishima's eyes went wide, then looked down. Yes, my lord. Shigaraki let go of his hair. Good. And he was back in the same room. He was just in with you. Kirishima, I have something for you. He heard you. That oh so sweet voice. He didn't want to kill you, but if he let his master do it, you would be in so much more pain. He walked over to a sword and picked it up, looking at himself in the blade's shiny silver. Kirishima, what's wrong? He turned over to see you, holding a box in hand. Is there something on it? You ask as you walk towards him. His face fell lower, looking at the floor. If you want a new one, I'll... That was when his sword pierced your stomach. I'm so sorry, Yin. He hugged you tight as you slowly fell, as the two of you lowered down onto the ground. Tears mixed with blood swept into the fabric that laid. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Kirishima cried as he held you close to his chest. I know, I know. I trust you have a good reason for this. You smile as you weakly brought your hand to his cheek. I did. He tried to smile, but only failed to please him, turning into a frown as he held you close. I'm so sorry, Yin. Kirishima, please don't cry. You held his face as best as you could. I want you to live happy. Please, my love. He nodded, but when your arm slowly fell, he couldn't help but cry more and more, holding you closer than ever, your body feeling cold. I'm so sorry, my lady. I wish I never had to do this. He teared. After that, he picked you up and walked you over to your bed, lying you down peacefully. He could hear thunder boom outside. I hope to see you again, my love. He stopped, his eyes laying on you. He looked at his bloody sword and stabbed it in his chest, then ripping it out as it fell to the floor next to your bed. War had begun to run throughout the world as blood spilled into the dirt. Have you heard? Kirishima's going to UA. One of your friends spoke. You giggled. Well, good. For him. I always knew he had it in him. Your hand was close to your mouth. The two of you kept walking up to the gate of your school until... Hey, Yin. Kirishima was in front of the two of you. Care to walk with me? He asked. Your friend went, ooh, and left. Yeah, sure. You smiled as you went to hold his hand. Technically, it's a sad ending, but also a happy ending. But I hope you guys enjoyed it because I loved helping Kiki write this because I have had this in my brain for so long. So thank you, Kiki, for letting me help you write this. And yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye, lovelies!